Hi Chandu, good morning.
Morning, Kuti.
Hi Ravi, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good mo-
Kuti, just one thing.
Yeah, yeah.
So, if I understand correctly, in this one, we will be learning all the existing NLP algorithms and how to use it. Correct?
By in this month,
Like in this course, NLP,
yeah.
right?
See, in in NLP normal thing, NLP machine learning will need to learn only one algorithm that is called as the naive bias.
Okay. Only one
That is
algorithm. Okay.
which is required for NLP, machine learning NLP.
Okay.
And as well as we can also use logistic regression.
Mm-hmm.
These two is majorly important algorithms. For
Okay.
machine learning, for deep learning, we required RNN algorithms like LSTM, GSTU, RSTN. These are the algorithms required for deep learning and NLP.
Okay.
But now, as of now, our focus is on basics understanding. Then, once understanding all the concept, then we'll go to machine learning with NLP. Then deep learning with NLP. In the deep learning, and we can discuss about the chatbots and all everything, transformations, encoders, decoders. That is encoders, decoders is a concept which is a fundamental required concept for the Gen AI. I mean AI concepts, basically agentic and everything.
Okay.
Because agentic AI and everything is developed based on the NLP only.
Okay. Good. Thanks. Thanks, Kuti.
Thank you. Hi Aditi, good evening.
Hello, sir.
Good evening, Suchitra, good morning. Let's wait for 2 more minutes. We'll start the session. The count is very less today. Padma, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Wait for 2 more minutes. We'll start the session. Hi, Jansi Rani. Good morning. 1 more minute, guys. We'll wait and we'll start the session. Ashwant Reddy, good morning. One last minute, we'll wait and we'll start the session. Last 1 minute. Raju, good morning. Can I see my screen, everyone?
Yes, sir. Visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, right. Last 1 minute, we'll start the session. So I hope the prerequisite for this course is you must already have a knowledge on the Python. So I hope everyone has knowledge in this Python in this group. Am I right? Am I right, guys? Everyone?
Yes.
Everyone have knowledge in the Python, right? Everyone?
Yes, a kind of. I'm still working on it.
Okay. Then I think I'll explain you the code and everything. Do let me know if any part is not clear.
Thank you. Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Shall I start the session, please? I know it is a Sunday, too early morning. Probably majority of you guys had a party over the night and all. I'm really sorry. Um, but it is a part and parcel of life. We need to start this session. Let's start. Hi guys, good morning everyone. In today we are going to discuss about the majorly regular expression concept. Before we are going to discuss the regular expression concept, let me recap what we were discussing last session, and then we will play some something on some codes and all. Some will perform that, and then we will discuss about the these things. Let's start about the NLP. So generally, yesterday we discussed about this. Yesterday we discussed about the what are the different data types we have. What is structured data? What is unstructured data? What are the some business use cases are we going to use for the unstructured data? What is the definition of natural language processing? Right. What are the text different examples we have discussed? Let me recap it for 2-3 minutes. So what is the difference between structured versus unstructured data? Anyone can explain? Anyone can explain what is the difference between structured versus unstructured data? So structured data versus, let's try to understand structured data versus unstructured data. Simple structured data means the data set which is in the form of table format, tabular format. Tabular is nothing but table format. It contains the rows. Here we look into here the information. If you look into the here the information, we have 1 2 0 2 0 3 12 2. These are all the rows. So how many rows we have? First row, second row, third row, fourth row, fifth row, sixth row. We have 6 rows. How many columns we have? First column employee ID, second column employee name, third column designation, fourth column salary, fifth column is city. Right? We have a data set consists of 6 rows and 5 columns. Am I right? 6 row and 5 column. If a layman like us, if anyone look into the data set, if anyone look into the table, what does they say about this? What does they say about this? Oh, this is a table. It contains the details about the employee information. In this employee information, we have the 5 different columns, such as employee ID, employee name, designation, salary, and city. Probably on an average salary is in between 50 to 70. Let's say 45 to 45 is the minimum salary, 42 is the minimum salary. Let's say 86 is the maximum salary, which contains from the data designation contains from junior developer to project manager, and the data which is in the form of which is from different cities. So it is a table data. Am I right? So and here in this case, the dimensions are fixed dimensions. Rows and columns are fixed. In this data, we have 6 rows and 5 columns. Hence, it is a fixed dimensions of the data. Well organized. Well organized means anyone layman, if they look into the table also, they can easily get it. They can easily understand like the way now we discuss. So here, tabular data, it is also called as a key value pair. Columns are also called as a key value pair. I hope probably heard about the dictionary. Probably heard about a concept called dictionary in the Python. What do you mean by dictionary in Python? What do you mean by dictionary in Python? What do you mean by dictionary in Python?
One key value will be there and corresponding
Dictionary is
value will be.
a dictionary is always write in the curly braces generally, right? And it is a combination of key value pair. Before the colon are called as the key. Before the colon are called as the before colon are called as the key. After colon are called as the value. Are called as value. So right here in this case, key value pair means keys can be described as the columns. Values are described as the rows. So that is what the meaning of key value pair here in this case. That is what the meaning of key value pair in this case. Right now, right. So some example like structured data, well organized. If you look into the data, what is your understanding, the meaning of well organized? What is your understanding about the looking at the data? What is your understanding here in this case? What is your understanding? City wise, we have three different cities we have taken. What are the three different cities we have considered here? Bangalore, Pune, and Mumbai. Each city wise, in a day, what is the maximum temperature? What is the minimum temperature? Am I right? So tell me, by looking at this, anyone in this world, even a kid, do you think they can able to understand what kind of information is it available in a table? Yes or no? Even the kid who is studying third to fourth class or second class kid, probably they could understand what kind of information we have in this table. If we explain them Bangalore and corresponding this Pune, corresponding this Mumbai, corresponding this. So it is simple, a well organized data, right? Right now it is a tabular data or some key value pair. Look into the key value pair. So colon, let's say we have a colon. So before the colon called key value pair is the JSON file. As it is a JSON file, JSON file can be considered as structure. Depends on the type of JSON. It can be considered as structured data or unstructured data. If someone don't know what is the full form of JSON, what is the full form of JSON? What is the full form of JSON? JSON, JSON. You can use a word called JSON. What is the full form of JSON? JavaScript object notation. Do you agree with me? JavaScript object notation. It is a key value pair. It is a combination of JavaScript, right? Script. So here, before colon, yeah, like before colon, this is a colon. Before colon are called as the keys. This is the value. After colon are called as the value. Right? Before colon are called keys, after colon are called as the values. Right? Key value pair. This is again the key value pair of the given data. Right? Understood? Now, any questions, guys? Any doubt? So for this, okay, right. Now, that is what about the structured data. Already we discussed in yesterday's class, but let me recap it for 5-10 minutes so that you can get the comfortable in the first few minutes. So let's understand about the unstructured data. Any data which is in the form of audios, video, image, and text. Any data which is in the form of audios, video, image, and text. Any data which is in the form of audio, video, image, and text of the given data. So this is a CAD. So this is a kind of image data. This is the signal like satellite data. Everything can be considered as image data only. So some text data, which can be one language to another language, Chinese to Telugu or English, anything. Right? The difference is a very, very minute difference between this. So already we discussed yesterday, like structured data, which is in the form of rows and columns. Here it cannot be displayed in the form of rows and columns. Numbers and strings can be form of the belong to the structured data. Images, audio, video, word processing files, emails, spreadsheets, right? Any data, right? 20% of data, daily basis, 20% of data being generated using the structured data. On daily basis, majority of them are being used by the unstructured data. So that is the reason AI everything is working towards the only this area only. Automation already happened, almost automation has happened in the structured data. To store the structured data, we require less storage because it is standard format. Whereas for unstructured data, it is not standard format. There is no standard directory format, standard notation for unstructured data to display everything. It could be in any form, right? We don't know. Hence, to store such kind of, when you don't have a standard format, you required lot of memory. So to perform this, you required a lot of more storage. So easier to manage the protection. So more difficult to manage, protect with a legacy system. Legacy, I'm using a word called legacy system, like SQL database, like Oracle database, and these are the legacy systems. For to store this, more difficult to manage, protected with this, majority of them are using the cloud services. And also the people who are using the AI application, everyone are deploying the cloud, such as like AWS, GCP, or Azure kind of thing. Am I right, guys? GCP, AWS, GCP, Azure kind of thing. Am I right? Now, okay, more difficult, right? So written text data, which could be written in any language. It could be English language, it could be Tamil language, it could be Chinese language, French language, German language. So whatever the language we have in this world, the text, any written language, any language could be. There's a simple to say, it is a text language. So what is the language? Simple to say, whatever you have written, for example, um if I written something in the English, how do you look into that? How do you say that whether it is a correct or wrong? Does it make sense or not? Does it meaningful or not? So it should be together, right? It is a should be in the characters. So the characters could be in the form of A to Z, right? Or numbers, or in the form of words. The words are arranged together, arranged everything together in a meaningful and formal manner. Whatever we said, arranged together in a meaningful and formal manner. Hence, we can say that it is a kind of good thing, right? Then we can examine. So, grammar rules, some grammar rules, and define the structure. Okay, let me ask you one simple question to everyone. Henry, are you there? Chandu?
Yes, yes, yes.
Chandu, I think for both of you, English is not your mother tongue. Am I right?
Yes.
How
Yeah.
did you learn English language? I mean, it doesn't mean that only these two people, for everyone I'm asking. So I've taken example of one, two people. So how did you learn? So directly you started learning sentences, you started speaking?
No.
No,
Like
right? How
from
did
al-
you started?
from alphabets, like
From
basic
alphabets. From alphabets, then you started
grammar.
learning about the verbs, adjectives and all. And then you started forming the two letters words, three letters words. Am I right? And then you started reading the sentences, right? That's how you started, right? And then
Yeah.
slowly started speaking. Similarly, that is the structure. That is the structure you have learned. Suppose, as everyone is a familiar here in the Python. Okay, let me ask a question again. Anyone don't know anything about the Python in this class? Anyone don't know anything about the Python in this class? Kindly please respond. Be honest. I am assuming that everyone about the Python, right?
Yes.
Yes, everyone, right? Everyone, right? Everyone. Okay, perfect. Now let me ask a question. So, okay, let me do before I go to the Python. How did you construct the house? What is required to construct an house? Don't say that a raw material is required. Of course, without raw material, you
Slab.
cannot construct anything.
Slab.
Directly, directly you can build a slab.
Pillars.
Pillars.
Exactly. So, okay, pillars.
Yeah.
If you want to construct an house, the basement and the pillars is really, really important. So, pillars carry the weight of slab and everything, right? What if your house do not have pillar? What happens? Not only house, in everything in the world. In your family, your father could be a pillar. Maybe after doing a job, you could be one of the pillar, but you cannot replace your father, right? So, what if your father is not available? What if father is not there? What if the earning person is not there in the family? What would happen? Similarly, that is called structure. Structure to build a family, right? Earning person who can take the responsibility. Similarly, to learn any language, we need to define the structure. So if you want to learn the Python language, we are required to understand the first and foremost thing is the keywords. Keywords. What are the keywords? Basically, how many keywords we have? Total, we have 35 keywords we have in the Python. What is the use of the keywords? Keywords are define the structure of the program. Without the keywords, we cannot create the objects, we cannot create the functions in Python. Let me say, for example, def is one of the keyword. What is the use of def? Anything starting with the def, we are giving instruction to the Python. We have started the def, which is nothing but creating your own functions, creating user-defined functions. Suppose if is a conditional statement to apply any condition on a given data, we'll apply the if. Suppose there is a thing called a for loop. For looping or for iterating purpose, we use for loop. So these are all is, I mean, not only these three, apart from these three, there are another 32 keywords we have in Python. Each keyword has its own responsibilities, has its own meaning, and has its own usage. But it is difficult for me to explain all 35 what it does each one. However, I just given an example of first few keywords, such as like a def keyword, if keyword, and for keyword, right? So similarly, if you want to understand the text data also, you need to, as we are learning, as we are dealing with the text data majorly, which is in the form of English language, we must have to understand the grammar rules. We need to define the structure of the language. We need to understand the English. If you understand the English, then it will be better for you to extract the relevant information or insights from the by using the NLP. Understood? Any doubt? Any questions, Babu? Aditi, any questions, any doubt?
No, sir.
You're not clear, right? So let's see. So some of the examples like social media example, text data, daily lives, tweets, a matter, an issue, comment, anything. Like in India, let's say few week, I mean last week, by this time of last week, probably everyone were in a tension mode. Exactly a month ago. Do you know the reason? Exactly a month ago, everyone in the tension in this world in India.
War.
War exactly seventh night they've started. Eighth morning, everyone it is a big news. By the time we wake up, everyone, oh, India strike. Everyone felt happy, right? Everyone felt happy, or someone felt really happy um, who our victims in Pahalgam. And all right, that is a comment, an issue, right? How many of them are happy? How many of them are not happy? To understand that, right? How do you know that? By using the text data, you need to analyze the text data. So some emails, messages, conversations. So conversation like so two ways we can converse, either in the form of message or email, or in the form of chats. We can convert. I mean, we can start conversation with the people, right? Like social media activities, articles like news articles, blogs, or transcripts, right? So examples of text is social media, articles. So the words written in the form of any language, right? The tweets, messages, blogs, news could be in any language. Is there any guarantee every information should be in the form of English language? All these things, the text data. Is there any guarantee everyone social media tweets should be in the English language? Comment should be in English language?
No.
There is no
No.
guarantee, right? It could be in any language. So written in form of any language, right? So what is NLP? So we have some text data which could be in any language. By applying some NLP techniques, we extract the information and as well as the insight. So how do we extract the information and insights? That we need to understand by using the different NLP techniques. So by using the different NLP techniques. Right. Sorry, I think something went wrong. Okay. So some of the use cases. So applied NLP means, so if you want to apply the NLP means, on top of NLP, we apply some human interaction. It could be, applied NLP. Some of the business use case already discussed. So how to improve the smartphone sales with audience insights? Improve smartphone sales with audience insight. How do you do this? Can anyone guess? I'll give 2 minutes of time. Do it, think of it.
Typing messages in different languages.
Improve smartphone sales with audience insights. How to do? How to get the audience insights? From where do you get the audience insights?
Feedback.
By reducing the price.
By reducing the price.
Some deals or something.
By only price?
We can
Price
give
and
them
the unlimited data and all those things.
Uh-huh.
Improving the existing features
Improving the existing features. Okay.
or introducing new features.
Introducing the new feature. How do you get to know which feature need to be improved? Which
From
new feature will...
feedback, from feedback from
How,
audience,
that's what my question. How did you get the feedback from the audience?
maybe from any forms or chats. You
Chats.
can collect from anywhere,
Anywhere.
from
So,
social
social
media.
platform or dedicated chat window only for that
mm,
product.
mm,
Calling them or emails.
Yeah,
calling them or emails. So is it possible to call every... How do you know? Of course, you can get to know, but do you think is it really worthful to call them? How many people you can call? What is the guarantee if you call them, you'll give a proper information? Am I right, Srini?
Yeah, but maybe humans may not call, but automated.
Even if you call anyone, what is the guarantee they can give the appropriate information, feedback, I would say.
Yeah, you can filter out in that majority of them again.
You can filter out majority of them.
What is the positive feedback and what is the negative feedback?
So how
And
much time are you going to spend for that?
yeah,
Huge amount among us time, right? And cost also, right? So what if you have a data bought from social media? Right. What is the most people are talking about that? What kind of sentiment there, or what is the cause for the you build a model to understand the negative sentiment cause? Don't you think it will work compared to everything? So understood,
yes.
right? Right. Automation of categorization of customers. So queries, let's say if you call the customer care and automatically they will tell you that, right? This is again one of the use cases. Everything is really, really important. So identify the risk patient cancers. This is something I covered yesterday. So that is, let's go with the all these things we covered yesterday. Let's go with the some practical thing. What I will do. So I'll talk about the regular expression later. So one of the file, so let's say I'm starting with I want to, some people should be interactive and to understand the details. Want to explain a few things. Reading a CSV file, how to read the text file, how to read the multiple TXT file, how to understand the, how to do some exercise, or let's perform some exercise. So I'm connecting, I'm taking the review file. I will show you what is the review file, how does it look like. So this is the reviews file. Let me open the reviews file everyone for everyone. I'll share you all the data set to everyone. Don't worry. So what is this, guys? I have a data. What is this?
User feedback.
So we have a review title. So it is a kind of book data basically. Title of the book, year, which year they publish, user suggestions, whether the positive review or negative review. Let me go one of the example, guys. So probably you heard about Spark. Maybe you can let me tell you about the I get from the internet this data. So book, let's say Adventure Q360. For example, let's say Everest Quest. So if you go to the Everest Quest is one of the book, people see, this is Everest Quest home. So this is a YouTube and the people, maybe it is a kind of review, could be. See, Everest Quest 2, how people. So Everest Quest 2 is a three-dimensional massively multiplayer online role-playing game. Originally developed and published Sony Online Entertainment for Micro Window in November 2004. I mean, old one. Um, right. What people are giving the feedback? What people are giving the right? Which year they have not mentioned the year? Probably it is a mistake. right, probably it is a missing. So even if you look into the average 20 2004 only, starting with the 2004 only, it could be. Probably they have not taken that. So let's say average square, they played this game back in 2004 on release. Look into here. Very good. Look into here. When it was released as per the Wikipedia, 2004, right? Site on a stem under daybreak instead of SOE, and give it a try with being free to play, which it is. So and level up match easier, and with a group of finders it is quick to hope and to do something fun, just working on a character from 1 to max, or wherever you need to buy something, wherever you need to buy. So wherever you need to buy a pass or subscription, which is only actually needed for the end game of material. With, I mean, they given some review, right? It is difficult for me also to read entire thing. This is a big review, right? So how many reviews we have? How many reviews we have? How many reviews we have? How many reviews we have?
25,539.
Huh? 17,495, right?
17.
17. Now, this is the file I have. Let's say I'll share with all of you this file end of the day. Now I'm not going to share it. Just listen for today. Um I want you to understand how to read this file. What is the what file it is? If you look into the is type of file is what is the type of file here? What is the type of file here?
CSV.
CSV.
CSV. CSV means comma separate file, right? So how to read now tell me, is it text file? Is it text data, or is it general structured data? Aditi, I think you only asked yesterday a question. How spreadsheet can be considered as unstructured data, if I'm not wrong.
Yes. I
Now,
think this one should be structured because we have the columns also and its corresponding values in it.
but
So,
the data which is not in the normal objects, right, strings, right, it is in the form of text data, right, entirely.
yeah. I mean, the reviews are unstructured, but the
Yeah.
whole CSV is
So, but one
structured.
unstructured means entire thing is unstructured only, right? One, right? I cannot say
Okay.
that two records is structured data, two columns is structured data, another three columns unstructured data. You cannot use the word, right?
Okay. Yeah, but we know that it belongs to reviews,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So I load the file, okay. But majorly, madam, if one column is unstructured data, entirely thing will be considered unstructured data only. Okay?
Okay.
Mm. You can consider any way you wish, but my point of view, my thought way, my own opinion is unstructured. Okay? Mm. Now let's load the file. Everyone, for you guys, I will give the NLP drive. Here in the NLP, I will give the data sets. Okay? I will give the all the data sets I'll put here. Reviews, I'll put here. I'll give the access to everyone. Reviews is the one of the file I'll give you. Okay, I'll just load in the file so that you can easily understand. So I've read the file, load the file here. So I'm reading the file, import pandas. So we know the pandas, everyone. So what does this statement does, guys? Reading the file. Which file we are reading? P.read underscore CSV. So once you read the file, let's understand the shape of the file. The shape of the file consists of 17,494. So I want to see the head. How many records set by default displays? How many records are displays by default?
5 records.
5 records. So reviews.head, which displays the 5 records. It is not displaying all the data fully, but right, it doesn't mean that there is no information. We have the information. Reviews.head, it shows the like year, which year it was released, and right. So this is how we read the CSV file. Now read the text file. So while read the text file, directly we can use the read the text file. Another option is if you want to read the text file, here is the text file. I have data. This is the data I have. Some text. Now what about now this file? What about this file? Is it a purely structured data or unstructured data?
Unstructured.
It is a purely unstructured data. So let me read how to read this text. So here also let me put this file. Okay. So now if I want to read this data, so I'm using an option called open. Open is the file handling concept. So I mean, not I cannot say file handling, it's one of the direct function in the Python open function. So we are open the text data. So open function generally works with the text data. So data dot text mode is equal to R. What does R mean? R
Read
mean
mode. Read mode.
so
Read.
that read only reading. So probably all the text file which is in the UTF file, like I mean AI and triple character, some characters format will be there. If you look into the open that for simple more properties, here it will tell you about the format security. I don't know what format is it available details. Probably it is not available here. Probably it is not available here. Generally, UTF, I mean, to read some files, generally we use no issues kind of thing, UTF-8 and all that we use. So data.txt, we are reading the text file. Mode is, which is the mode of R mode. Encoding is equal to UTF-8. Right? So we are reading the file. Text dot read. Once you open only, but we have not read, right? We are not getting the text data as a string file from object text. We have close, if you want to close that file and print, this is the text data. How to read. I'm just explaining you how to read only at this point, nothing else. I'm explaining you how to read the files, nothing else. Now, any questions, any doubt? Any questions, any doubt? Any questions, any doubt? All right, Chandu, are you clear? Okay, let me do one thing. Let me do one thing. This is the file I will give you. I'll post it as of for now. Everyone, if you do people, I think I'll give the access to the NLP folder. Share. I don't have any issue even with the link. Okay, done. I'm sending you the link. What I'm sending you the link in chat box. Please download the file and start create this. Even the code is also available here. So the code is 0.11. I mean 1_1 reading. I'll give 5 minutes of time. Please load these two files. The files are available in the dataset folder. Can you do it? I'll give the 2 minutes, 2 to 5 minutes of time. Please do it. Please do it fast. Very, very important. You need to understand the concept. Please do it fast. I'll give 2, 3 minutes of time. Will you able to do? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Please do it fast.
Done, sir.
Everyone done? Everyone completed? Read the two files? Right? Everyone done? So next parallel also do. Next is okay. I'll go one more time, 1 more minute. Please do it fast, everyone.
Sir, I'm unable to find the file.
Which here it is, right? In the folder you have NLP folder, reading file, the data sets you have. I given the link also. Unfortunately, I could not able to add here. Otherwise, I definitely I'll add here only. It is the folder is available, right? Refresh it, madam, once. You have everything. Henry, are you able to complete it? Are you completed? Chandu, Monica, Kevin, Padma,
So, Koti,
Sai.
once you see this file, where do you download it? Download it or just you have to copy into the folder?
Which one? Here is the file, right? Review.
The data.txt. So, where do you, okay, I see the files there, but do I need to copy
You have to
somewhere or I can
download.
use from there?
You have to copy and you put it local, then only it will work. So every time you need to mount the Google Drive and for small things it is not required.
So, download means I have to download into
Your
Collab
local
or I
system.
have to download into my C drive.
Your C drive
C
any
drive.
local, anywhere. And then you can upload into
Okay.
Collab again.
Okay, okay, got it. Thank you.
1 more minute, please do it fast. 1 more minute, please do it fast.
So could not see the file where it is in the drive, in our Google Drive, where it is
Madam,
under which
I
folder.
sent you the link. I sent you the link.
I'm searching through directory only.
Madam, no need to search. I sent you the link. Please click on the link. You can get it.
Okay.
I sent you the link. Please search in the. I sent you the link in the. I sent you the link. I think you need to open the link. That's it. Automatically you can see everything.
The files are 1_1 reading data
That is what.
and the other
That
one
is what. That
yeah.
is what the one underscore and one. That's what I've taken, right? One underscore the first module, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
first
And the
file.
second one is regular
That is why I
expression.
will cover next.
Oh, okay. You want us to download only the 1_1 reading data?
Exactly. That's what we are discussing, right? One underscore reading the data.
Okay. Yeah,
So
I
we will
did.
just reading the.
Yeah, done.
Okay.
Thank you.
The next thing is, so I have, okay, now we understand, okay, let me go back, guys, already. So, okay, we understand how to read the CSV file, how to read the text file. If anyone doubt about the text file, do let me know how to read the text file. We are using a open function, data.text mode, which are in the read mode. Once you are read mode, open mode, basically, once you open the file, which is in the read mode, but doesn't mean that you can able to read into a Python. Just again, you need to we need to read that file, text file. Right. And once you open that, if you want to make any changes, someone else need to make any changes, you must have to close the file. Then only you can able to do. Otherwise, you cannot able to perform some operation on the same file, or someone else cannot able to access the file. So you need to be very, very careful. So we have open data.txt. Mode is R is the reading mode. So we have encoding. So once you open the file, every information storing into an object called file. So we open the text file in the form of read mode only. Once you read the file, we just open the file. You doesn't mean that we have a ability to read in the Python. In order to read the file in Python, we must use an option file.read because of the object.read. And then whatever the file is opened, if someone has to access the file or someone has to load the file into their corresponding Python, every individual user must close. Of course, here we are using individual, does not make any sense to close also. However, you are using in organization, you must close the file, right? That is what the, go ahead. Okay. Now, if you want to read the multiple files, you want to unload the I have a folder called datasets folder. I have a folder called datasets folder. Let me give an access to datasets folder. I have a folder called datasets. How to unzip the dataset folder? How to unzip the dataset folder? Let's see. I have one folder called dataset folder. So different datasets. I have a zip file. I want to unzip the dataset. So how do I do that? So let me load the file. I given the datasets also. One second. Let it be done. Let it load. Okay, I have taken it. I have data sets load. So now I need to unzip. So it is look at here. How does the file look like? Data sets file. Which format it is? .zip file, right? .zip file, right? Yes or no, Chandu? Aditi, yes or no? Henry, yes or no? Rami, yes or no?
Yes,
Right.
that's it.
Venkatesh, is it correct? So directly, is it possible to read the .zip files? Is it possible to
No,
read the
we
.zip file? Not possible.
unzip.
So we need to unzip. How do you unzip that? So in order to unzip, we need to, let's say I import the OS operating system. So I'm using the called unzip. There is a function called unzip data set. We are unzipping the data set dot zip. This is the zip file unzip. So 7G for un 7G like this, we are unzipping. Right. So let's see where there are a lot of files. I unzipped it. Can you try your one? So the list of files, the list of the files we have. So what are the files we have in this folder? So let's say os.get current working directory. So the content, this is the content, the data which is in the form of contents. So here I'm writing the slash content. So to tell you about the what are the files we have, length of files, 6 files. So I mean these are the files we have, data set, right? All the files. Sorry. Content. The content or okay, I'll explain that. I'll explain about it. So try to understand that up to do this unzip. Unzip. You can unzip it. Done. Everyone, please do it fast. Unzip. Unzip. Done. Okay. Right. So now I want to append all the files. There are the multiple files, right? There are the multiple files we have, right? There are the multiple files we have, right? So my current working directory, this is the current list of path directory. So file names, these are the files, right? Files, I have taken the files name. So instead of content slash or content slash, how does it look like? Slash content slash content dash data sets. No, why it is not found? Data set plus file name is the
Data sets.
data sets are data set only, right? Data set only. Why it is not showing files, length of files, data set only? Why it is taking the config as a first thing? One second, I'm just checking. file name slash content slash data set should come, right? Then it's why it is file not for node dataset dot config. Why it is taking the config? It should not take the config. Okay, let me check the explain the error. Let's see what is the mistake I have done. Oh, it has given the lengthy code. It is given the lengthy code. I'll explain this lengthy code also, guys. Can you try to go with this code for a minute if you don't mind? I'll explain this. So everything has given import OS, get current working directory, unzip we have done.
Inside
So
dataset, after unzipping, we are getting another dataset folder. I think it should go inside that.
I see, where is it? No, it is not.
For me, I got dataset of dataset. That's the reason.
Okay, let me copy the path. Here, this is the path, right? I'm giving the path. Let me give the path. Then it will be easy, right? This is the path only. See, I'm giving the data set. This is the copy path also. Same I'm copying here. No such file directory. It is a weird. The path will be the same only. No file. Why it is taking the config file? Is there any config file? Why it is checking the config file? Should take this. It is local, is working. Can you try your systems, guys, everyone? It is work. Earlier I tried in the morning also in local. It is working. Can you try? Unzip content slash data set. Okay, if I try this, it is working. So these are the data frame. So okay, it is working. Maybe it is a lengthy code, but it is working. So what I did, see, look into here. The above code is not working, don't mind. So look into here. Import OS, we are checking the get current working directory. Write directory to process. So we have taken the content data set. This is our location. The OS path exists directory to process, and OS path list directory to process is directory to process. Yes. So we'll put the path this one as a path, and then files is equal for file name. They're iterating full OS path dot join. We're joining basically. Instead of plus, we're join using the join function, and comma file name. Path is file full path name. If it is correct, then we are reading the full path, and then we append. Else we are skipping the non-file items. This one you need to understand, the one which I highlighted. Can you read? Can you try to understand? I'll explain one more time. If not clear, I'll explain one more time.
This is working, sir.
Working the above one? Na?
No, this one. No.
This one is working. Yeah, it is working for me. Can you try to read the, I mean, try to understand the code? If you're not clear, let me know, I'll explain. Let me know, I'll explain. Kevin, are you able to follow me? Padma? Ritesh? Ritesh, are you able to follow me?
Yes.
Okay, right. So now everyone clear about this. Once you've done this, we append the file df.text shape. How many shapes we have? total 12,000 records, and df dot, this is the text, all the text data. So you want to convert a data frame to CSV, we convert to data frame here. Probably here it will be the right. So here we convert the data from this is the data frame, we convert it again this. So you need to read the data from all the text files, combine them and convert the data like below. The data must contain the 2 columns. How do you do? This is your exercise. You have to do assignment. Will you able to do? It is an assignment. Please complete by before next Saturday. Okay? Guys, are able to follow me? Srini, are able to follow me? Supriya? Sumana? Chansi?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Will you able to do? Aditi, Darshan, Henry,
Yes, sir.
Venkatesh, Sai, Maurya, the Chandu. Right? Read data all the text files, combine them and convert them data from like below. How do you do that? We need to add a label. How to add the label to a given data? That's what question is. Okay? This is all the text files we have already. I given all the text files. So next is sentimental file, sentimental analysis file. Let me give a sentimental label file. Let me give to all of you also. First, then I'll read this file. Right, I given the file. So here you can see the sentimental file, label file. Please load the file. In the meantime, I will also load the file, sentiment label sentences, another file. So this session, today's session is majorly focusing on how to read the file from the different sources, different zip files are on file. So 1 second, just give me 1 second. Sorry. Now, so we have let's say we have the unzip file. So we have unzip the file. When you unzip, we have sentimental label, the sentiment label sentences. See, these are sentiment labels. These are the files we have, right? 3 files. So now exercise for solution 1. What are the solution, right? So sentiment label sentences, copy path, right? These are the files we have, list of directory, right? You can see these are the files we have. I loaded this. Now we are reading the files. And let's see, probably it will throw an error. I'm sure, pretty sure. So lines we are getting 3000. So first 10 records, how does it look like? So what we have done, we have load the file. So IMD file, help like Amazon sales labeled data. So we have the file lines we have taken for I in all the files. Temp file, we have opened the file, the location we have given. We are just reading, right? Just reading and temp file dot read lines. Read line means we are reading the everything. So which is the form of lines. We need to extend all the lines we need to write. So lines, how many lines we have? Total we have 3000 lines. If I just show the first 10 lines, how does it look like? This is how the look like of the data. Lines labels 0 to 1, right? 1 to 3, like say very slow moving, aimless movie about the distress, right? Sentences, you want to get all the sentence first tense, first 10 labels, data frame we need to write. This is how the answer is very slow movie. This is how we are able to get this. Whatever the business problem I given, this is the problem I given, I explained also. So, right? Can you try the solution too? Review label and everything here also. There is no web flag. Same thing we are reading the file in the given data. Is it clear, guys? Everyone? Or do you want me to explain detail of this one also? Will you take as a will you take as a right? We have taken the sentence labels. What are the sentiments label we have? So these are the files we create in the data frame. Right? We have taken the print. So df.head. This is how we just create the table. Now now we have it clear in the data. Now we created. Now let's see attempting black. What do you can see here? What is the symbol? You have seen the commas. You have seen the underscore symbol, right? Can you see it, everyone? If you look into the data also, here also, you can see the comma, you can see dot, 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 right? You can say slash, sorry, dash symbol, right? Right, you can see the multiple things, right? Now, how do you deal about this? How do you deal about this? How do you deal about this? For this, we are going to learn a concept called regular expression. With the regular expression, we can able to deal this concept, how to deal. Okay. Now, any questions, any doubts so far, how to read the file? Anything is not clear, can you let me know? Is anything is not clear? Henry, Darshan, Chandu, Aditi, Kevin, Ram, Sumana, anything is not clear? Ritesh, Padma, is it clear or no? Okay. Let me stop here for today. Reason being, let you get comfortable with these things, reading and all. Once you've done that, so then you'll get some time to understand this thing, what is the totalization, all these things which are discussed in yesterday. Next week, we will start a module with the regular expression. So once you start with the regular expression, it's a big topic. Almost it will the topic itself take the 2 hours of time, 2.5 hours of time. Regular expression. So there is a different things will be the regular expressions. Once you have done that, we will go with the text pre-processing and all. Okay, is it fine? And also people join very less due to maybe first week, maybe they are not aware of it. Let me stop this. Okay, guys, I given all the information for this week. Please practice it. I given the 2 assignments also. Please complete it. Okay. Thank you. See you.
I have a small
Yes,
doubt,
Padma.
like
Yes, Padma. Ji. Padma ji.
here when you mention lines, the square brackets and colon 10,
Hmm.
what is it pulling out? Like
It reading
when
the
we use
first
the square
10 rows.
brackets,
Square
yeah,
bracket means
rows and
accessing the
columns.
elements. Square bracket is nothing but lines of square bracket means accessing the elements.
Yeah, rows and columns.
Yes, exactly. But it's only text data, right? There will be
Yes.
no rows. All the information come of conduct. So you need to always write the columns point of view only.
Okay.
So if this is
So
the yeah, please.
what does it mean? Colon 10 means what is it understanding? How is it pulling this information?
I'll show you this.
First 10 lines, right?
Yes, exactly. Where is
Okay.
sentiment data, right?
Yeah.
Sentiment data, which file it is? 1 second. Which file it is? Very slow moving.
That file is what you entered.
Same file, huh?
Yeah,
This file only.
yeah, inside that first one, yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Let's see. This is madam. This I think which one it has taken first. I don't know. So this is the first line. Look into here. This is the line it is.
Okay.
I mean, there are 3 files, right? We combined all 3 files, right? Which file it is? I need to go and check. So this is how it look like. So there is no way to plug. I think there is an option. There is no way to plug also. Look into it. Somewhere else.
Okay, so column 10 means it's taking the first 10 lines of the document.
Exactly.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. See, and guys, just listen carefully. A very, very important concept. Trust me, focus this NLP and all. It is going to be helpful heavily. And how many of you are in India now? How many of you are in India? How many of you are in India?
I am from India.
How many of, I mean, everyone from India, I know. I do accept Kevin he left, right? Everyone from, see, we are working majorly the people who are in India. Now we are working in GCC. Do you know the meaning of GCC? GCC means, huh? Sorry, Ritesh. Global Capability Center. So if any automation, everything gets succeeded, it impacts only this. Every Indian, we are in the GCC. Majority of the 90% of Indian employees are in GCC. If you are working in TCS, do you think TCS have one projects? Do you think TCS have one projects? Do you think Infosys have one projects? Do you think Wipro has one project? Definitely no. We are depending on services. Service coming from different. So everything get automated. So if you have a skill of NLP, or people call AI, agentic AI, forget about the names. The fundamental concept for this, everything AI, agentic AI is NLP. If you understand the NLP, if you become an expert in NLP, I mean, text data, obviously, eventually, if you get if you become an expert in NLP, eventually you become an expert in AI, agentic AI, and everything, every other thing, right? So I would request you. I started, so that is the reason I started from very, very basics. So even today morning also, I don't even believe. So there is, I found that recently it came one website, regex, regular expression to clean the text data and all, to get the only the dates and all. I've started doing this. Reason behind, you should learn. You should learn. Right? So if you want to get the mobile number, let's see if a mobile number 991696. See, highlighting does not match. Try to launch a debugger, finding out like different ways. We have a different function. So you want to cover in detail about this regular expression, right? Regular expression. So for this, we require time. So that is the reason I postponed to next week. Let's do next Saturday. We will do on this one. Make sense? Okay. As a new, right? Few people are new and all. So that is the reason I've taken only 1 hour data session today. Okay. I will see you next week. Any questions, do let me know. John, I think you joined a bit late, right?
Yes, I joined a bit late.
Yeah.
I'll go through the recordings today.
Yeah.
Catch it.
Okay, guys, see you next week. Okay, happy weekend. I'm sorry I have disturbed your weekend. I'm really sorry, but please bear with me some time so that you will become an expert and you can upgrade the skills. Okay, if you don't mind, can I give one motivation? If you're okay, then only. Otherwise, I don't.
Yes.
Hmm. One motivation, simple motivation. Why are you working, everyone? Why are you working? I mean, job. Why are you doing the job? Come on.
Yeah.
For satisfaction?
To make
To
money
lead the
and
better
better
life.
life.
Better
Sorry,
life.
sorry. To lead the better life. How do you get the better life, sir? Sriniji?
By having whatever you want, like buy or
How?
something like that.
Money.
By having whatever you want. How did you get whatever you want? When you have money, then only you'll get, right?
Yes.
Right. Tomorrow, what if no all of sudden your job is not there? How do you survive? For that, you need the investments, you need the savings, right? So in order the savings, what you have to do, you need to invest. Suppose you want to retire, you want to buy some Volvo car. The cost of Volvo car is, let's say, 5 crore. Will you able to buy? I'm not saying individually. I'm talking about as a group. I'm not talking to anyone. I'm not saying that you don't have ability to buy. I hope you have. Right, but what happens? You start save the money, you start whatever you want to buy in the competitive world. Honestly speaks, the moment I entered the industry 10, 12 years, 13 years ago to till now, industry has changed a lot. Probably some of the experienced people like Jansi, Henry, like Srini, John probably would have seen this kind of technological shift. Now, guys, in early 1970s, we have a laborers, more of laborers, they do go for daily wages. There is a shift of computer era. And then now we are not in the shift of computer era. It is not, it is all about the innovative era. That means you no need to write the code. You no need to write the mails. You no need to communicate the language. Anything. You just need to innovate with the quality. When you can able to do all these things with the latest upgraded skills, I would request you, if you want to get a good handsome salary to your pocket, you have to be updated with respect to time. I'm not saying that only data science is the career. I mean to say after data science tomorrow something else could come. Who knows? Fortunately, from last 13, 14 years, I'm seeing almost 2010 to 15 years after my MBA is also in operation research, which is a pure of statistics and all. There, I have seen a lot of changes in technologically, technically, as well as algorithmic way. However, everything is all depends on the data. So my would suggestion would be try to learn the fundamentals and upgrade with the latest technology. You will be in the market rather than fade out from the market. That is all my motivation, my request to everyone. I'm sorry if I said something wrong to anyone. Thank you. Am I right, Maurya? Ritesh?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So only see time to time you need to update. That's how you can survive in the industry. Nothing is guaranteed. So 2 years ago, people talk about 1.5 year ago, people talk about generative AI. 6 months ago, people talk about AI agents. Now agentic AI. Another 2 months, who knows what talk about? People talk about. You have to upgrade with the market. Okay. Thank you, guys. See you next Saturday class. Bye bye.
Thank you.